I would like to hand you over now to the founder and chairman of CongoGold, who will explain what CongoGold has achieved over the past 12 months. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Stephen Brimble.
Hello, same as I say, my name's Stephen Brimble, and the first thing I want to do is introduce myself to the people who don't know me. Okay, I've been in the industry since I was 18 years old, for about 24 years in the diamond and gold industry, and in 2005 I went to the Congo, to be honest, to go and buy diamonds as cheap as I could, or gold as cheap as I could, as a businessman, you know. And I was introduced into the government to carry out a feasibility study. Okay, I went from mine to marketplace because I understood the industry from the casting grain and the rough and the polished diamonds, from manufacturing to retail. I understood that section, and I went from the I didn't know anything about rough diamonds or mining or artisanal miners or anything like that. So when I was introduced to the government, they gave me a soft conduit to go and do a feasibility study on the industry. Okay. And a few days later, afterwards, I went to Budjimai. I stood at the edge of this mine here, artisanal mine, with all these lads inside it. And I soon realised that these people are being exploited, you know, in a big style. Not just they're being paid like 1% or 2% of the actual value of the material, what they're getting. And I thought to myself, well, I've made myself a wealthy man out of diamonds and gold, you know. And the maximum I've done really in my game is I've just gone to a customer and says, there you go, thank you very much. You know, and I've got my Mercedes Benz and the big house and everything like that. These lads are working really hard for what they're doing, and they're getting nothing for doing it. They're getting 60 pence a day for what they're getting, you know. They've got no electricity, no clean running water and nothing. So I thought, well, we better get something sorted out and get it sorted, you know. But if you look at the country, how it works, there's no internal infrastructure in the gold industry at all. You know, people cannot identify what material they've got, they just guess at what they've got. There's no form of testing or anything like that. If you go to a developed country like in America or in Europe, they've got places called assay officers, and they're like the benchmark in the industry for where everybody can take their precious metals and have it analysed and tested, you know. And another thing is about the Congo is 99% of the gold in the country is smuggled to Uganda, Rwanda or Dubai. Okay? In 1996, before Mr. Kabila took over the country, when it was Mr. Mobutu in charge, the official production was 97 tonnes of gold, which is equivalent to about $3.5 billion a year. Okay? In 2007, 11 years later, it dropped down to 215 kilograms. So it's just dropped to nothing because of the way everything's being run, you know. There's no internal infrastructure or anything. Okay? Same as I said, there is no assay office. So the government had no way of testing or assaying or evaluating the gold or the precious metals in the country when it was being exported. So unscrupulous people go and give $500 and say just put it down to $10,000 when there was $100,000 worth. You know, the corruption inside the government's crazy. And you've got people scamming people with this picture here is brass. It looks very similar to gold. This is gold, that's brass. Now, an unsuspecting foreign investor goes into Congo to want to buy gold because they hear it's cheap. And some lads just go, yeah, we've got gold, and they'll sell them 10 kilos of brass casting grain for $100,000, which is cheap if it's gold. But when they took it back to the UK or in Europe and they found out it had no value, the response was, they give the Congo a bad reputation. You know, with all the Congolese scams, don't go to Congo because of the gold, you know, and the diamonds and things like that. Okay, same as I said, it was creating a bad image. And the real gold, the dealers were paying about $10 a gram, which is about $36 a gram. So they were going to the places in Congo and to Bunia and places like that, buying it for about $10 a gram, and just smuggling it over the border, taking it to Uganda and then taking it out of the country. They were making all the profits, you know. Okay, so the conclusion to the problem was to establish an assay office to accurately determine the purity of the precious metals, to help the government accurately value the goods for exportation. So the government knew exactly what the value of that material was, so they know how much tax to charge for it, you know. Okay, and to offer the services to other traders as well. That's what it was. That's what it's all about. Right. So in 2009, we established CongoGold as a government authorised assay office. Right. CongoGold is a fully licensed and authorised precious metals trading facility in Kinshasa in D.R.C. Okay, and same as I say with the authorised precious metal assayers. Okay, it's part of a government initiative. If you know about what's going on in the government now, there was charging $250,000 for a licence for exporting diamonds and $70,000 for gold. Now, if you look at the industry and you understand about how in the developed countries industries work, most of the companies are run by small family-run companies. You know, there's no big conglomerates like De Beers. It's all small companies who run, and they make up the majority of the business. Right? But they can't afford to pay $250,000 or $70,000 for a licence, so it just encourages people to smuggle. Okay? CongoGold is adhering to ISO 9001, which is international standards for running your company, to ensure that it's run efficiently and complies to international standards. If you go in, it's just like walking into Europe. It's like marble floors, it's beautiful, you know, air conditioning and the computers and everything. It's all set up in the right direction. Okay, yeah, well. CongoGold is proud to be working closely with the D.R.C. government and NGOs. I've told them exactly what steps we've been doing and everything like that to ensure that we're transparent and they understand about us, because it's very easy in this thing what we're trying to do to get a bad name, because people are very easy to criticise and they're not there to try and promote you or help you out, you know. Okay, the first thing what we did in 2008 was we made sure we got a good location, and we're in Forestcom building in Kinshasa. That's the first multi-storey building built by King Leopold. We're on the first floor, so it's a good centrally located position where we are. And the first thing we did, we built a vault. That's a coffer fort, if you understand, yeah? It took 20 people about 30 days to build this. There's 2,000 metres of reinforcing metal inside it. So it's a nice secure place. You can put your gear in, it's completely safe. It's got safety deposit boxes in and everything like we have in Europe. Okay, we've got alarm premises, 2 security checkpoints. That means you go through a metal detector before you come into the premises to search for any weapons or anything like that. And we've also got a 16 security camera system and armed guards on the premises at all times, so it's all top level security. Okay, we've got a full testing and gold analysis laboratory, and it's been created to determine the purity of gold. We'll do the purity to 1000%, not 100%. Same as the assay office, the Birmingham assay office is #1 in the world. We do exactly the same process as what they use.